should be sitting at the piano.
You really should. It would make this way more interesting. It's really such Zen music, Tom.
It is.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the very next episode of The Remedy with Tova Sido and
Janice Gaunt and
Tom Bridwell.
woot woot.
hello, everybody.
Well, we're still celebrating my birthday. I still have
Happy
more
birthday.
I still have more margarita.
She's been drinking for a week. She hasn't left her spot. She's been drinking that margarita for a week.
So next week I go to Greece with my brother.
Oh, fun. Where are you going?
We're going to go on a yacht.
Which one?
I don't know. But we're going to go on a yacht for a week.
Just you and your brother?
No, and his kids.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. I wish my kids could come. I wish Craig could come, but it's just me and his kids.
That's so much
It's
fun.
so special.
Oh, my gosh.
And so
Tell him hi.
I will be enjoying.
Have you been to Greece?
I've never been.
I never have either, and I
dying to
am
go.
so anxious to go. There's a ship called Seabourn that has like 7 days excursions, and they go to Greece. And I keep looking at it and thinking I'd like to take all my kids there.
Yeah, I don't know what it. I know we have like our own staff, and it's just us, and then we can go to whatever islands we want. Like you,
How? Oh my
go
gosh!
you go. So I will be enjoying the drinks in Greece
Very nice.
for sure.
I'm feeling sorry for her.
I am. I feel very. But I mean, it's kind of like the best timing in the world. Like I sold my house.
You did?
George is leaving for college. It's like all these things are happening, but I'm just going to go to Greece for 10 days. Like none of that's happening.
Might as well.
Might as well. It's all going to be here when I get back.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Well, that's-
I'm dying to go to Greece.
I am too. Well, I'll tell you all about
Yeah,
it,
I
and then
want
maybe you
you
can
to.
just replicate the thing and take all your kids and grandkids.
Yeah, I wonder how many people that holds. Oh, I don't know. You'll tell me all
I'll
about
tell
it
you
when
all
you
about
get
it.
back. Yeah,
I'll tell you
that's
all
so
about it.
fun. And when are you going?
I leave next Thursday, and I leave the 25th. I come back the 4th.
Okay.
And my kids are like, what? But they're all doing stuff. They're
Yeah.
all scattered.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd put them on the boat with me, but they can't
Well,
come.
Tom and I are going to Salt Lake City for a spoon concert. This is probably our, I don't know
30th,
how
50th
many
concert.
I don't know how many times we've gone to spoon concerts.
I literally landed from Park City, from Salt Lake City last night.
You did?
Yeah. Was last night
I don't know.
Monday?
What's today? Wednesday.
Oh, today's Wednesday. I got home Monday night.
Yeah.
I got home Monday night.
Yeah.
It's kind of warm there. Warmer than
It
you would
is.
expect this time of year.
I'm really excited about it. We're way too old to be like following bands.
To be a groupie? I don't think you're ever too old to be a groupie. Okay, speaking of groupie, we've got to thank our sponsors for this week's episode. It is our amazing boot company sponsorship, Mir and Crosby. The girls that started this boot company they're the cutest things you've ever seen. They're from West Texas, grew up on a ranch.
I got to find out where they're from. I wonder if who knows?
I don't know, but for growing up on a ranch in West Texas, these girls have some legit style and sass.
Yeah.
And I know we have listeners all around. So they have stores in Houston, they have stores in Dallas, and they have one in Highland Park Village here.
Where is it in the
It's
village?
right above Honor Bar.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
It's right upstairs from Honor Bar, and it's this beautiful boutique.
Yeah.
First class, greatest cowboy boots you could ever purchase in your entire life.
Ooh, I got to go by.
You really got to go buy.
Yeah.
My first pair I got when I turned 50.
Yeah.
And they can make some parts of it custom, which are really fun. Like my boots that are my 50th, it has my initials, my birth date, and 50.
What color are yours?
I have a neutral pair that could go with anything, and then I have these silver ones they're called the Sophie. Because Sophie McGuire co-sponsored or what do you do? What do you call it when you do like a collaboration?
Oh yeah.
She did a collaboration with them, and her boot is called the Sophie, and they're silver boots with blue writing that says, "Hey, y'all."
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Really cute.
So I have those boots too. And then I'm going to get a turquoise pair for my wedding.
Oh, fun.
Yep. A white dress with killer turquoise cowboy boots.
That's so good.
Yeah. So thank you, Sarah and Lizzie and Maren Crosby, for being sponsors of this and last week's episode.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. And
we really do.
You are interested in being a sponsor of The Next Remedy, we make it super simple. You can reach out to us through email, DM us on Instagram, or you can just Venmo me and then text me what to say.
Yeah, and if anybody ever has, like, if you have topics or suggestions for that, we would love to hear from that too. Sometimes we're like kind of beating our brains. We're like, okay, what do you think people want to hear us talk about
today? So speaking of, today we are talking about the bare minimum for marriage. So this person who wrote this on Instagram, it's called Meet the Freemans. I guess they're therapists. It says, one of our recent posts attracted a lot of comments and sadly shed light on the very toxic and biased perspective that people still have about marriage. Many even called women specifically insufferable for wanting what is truly the bare minimum in their marriage. So let's outline the bare minimum expectations for both partners. So I'm interpreting that this should be the very low-hanging fruit that we should absolutely be nailing in our relationships.
Yeah. And the thing about that the reason why that's important is that if you can accomplish and integrate the bare minimum to expect for a marriage, then if you have that base, then it's going to be much easier to build upon and add to beyond the bare minimum. So, and I think that a lot of things that make a marriage really great is they've worked on some things that have been kind of minimal, but they've continued to fuel that and put that in, keep that in place in your marriage, and then you can continue to build upon that, or another block that could have some association with some of the minimum. Because we don't know, a good relationship is something you do. It's not something you have, and you have to implement. It's the implementation of a set of skills.
It's kind of like one time I read in somewhere something like you don't fall in love. It's not like you tripped and fell in love. Like, whoops, there you are. Like you have to actively pursue love. You don't just fall in love.
No,
like it's an act. It's work. It is work, and like not work, but like it's effort and it's intention, and it's not something that you whoopsied on.
No, it's something you do.
It's something you do.
It's the implementation of a set of skills.
Yes.
And that's communication, that's affection, that's fun, all of those things. So, yeah.
So in this person's opinion, these are like the very bare minimum attributes that we should expect in our relationships.
Yeah, for both partners.
For both partners.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, you want to tackle it?
Okay, integrity. You say what you mean, and you mean what you say. Your word means something. Your partner can count on your word. I think that is so important because if you're in a relationship and your person is, will say what they mean, and then you mean what you say, but then their actions don't continue,
Don't align with it.
don't align with their words. So that loses a lot of the integrity of the relationship. Because again, like I said, I think that the real important things about an effective marriage is it's building blocks, block after block after block, to build some of that. And I think integrity is so important. And, sometimes I think that, like, when you're dating somebody, or even if you fall in love with them because of this or that or this or that, and then you find out that the person doesn't really do what they say that they were going to do.
I couldn't be in a relationship.
Well, you lose the integrity of the relationship, because being integritous in the relationship is what's going to build integrity in the marriage.
Yeah.
So
If Craig said on a continual, like, oh, I'll be home at 8 and we'll cook dinner together, but then he was home at 10 and we didn't have dinner together, and that his words did not match his actions, I wouldn't be with Craig.
yeah, no. I mean,
couldn't do
things change, but you call and say, hey, I can't come home. I'm not going to be able to be home because I've got extra
A one-off,
stuff going.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about consistent, not your actions not matching your words. That's a non-starter for me.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Okay.
Because if they say they're not doing the hokey pokey with somebody else, they may be.
Well, that's what you taught me when I was married.
Were you going to believe about everything?
That's what you taught me when I came for counseling. You're like, if he's lying about this, what else will he lie about? And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you don't take it to that. But it's like, if he doesn't have integrity with this, what else does he not have integrity about?
Yeah, and I think that for men, I think one of the things that is so important for men to have in their relationship is that their wives, or the woman with whom they're in the relationship, is integritous when it comes to money and doesn't spend beyond what they've agreed to do.
I could not agree with that
or
more.
to hide.
Yep.
I know women who have gone when their husbands are asleep and snuck money out of their wallets, and I mean, there's a lot of
my
that.
mom did that. She would hide clothes that she bought in her trunk, and then before, is Dad here? And then she'd run the clothes, and then she'd be wearing it the next day, and he'd be like, oh, is that new? She's like, oh, I've had this as if he's not paying attention. No, I've had this for forever. You just, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's the thing you brought in yesterday.
Yeah.
I could not agree more with
Your
that.
words and your behavior have to be aligned.
Yep.
They just do for
Yep.
integrity to
Yep.
be existing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, you want 2? The second one?
Yes, respect. To treating your partner how you want to be treated. You value them and honor them. Examples: responding to them when they say something, or at least saying, hold on one second while I finish this. That's a weird example, but
I totally agree with that, Tom. I was like, I feel like we could have done better than that.
Well, like maybe the woman or the guy is talking and the woman is just ignoring or not even listening, or, sometimes I have to consciously bring myself back into where my feet are.
Me too.
Because I can like my brain can
Distracted.
just go and I'm not listening. And Tom will say, "You're not listening to me," and I'm like, "I know,
You're right.
You're right. I'm not, but I'm gonna really work on that."
But I understand why that can be interpreted as a lack of respect, even though that's definitely never y'all's intention. I mean,
course.
it's not
Right?
like,
No.
but it is something that you need to keep on the forefront because it's meaningful to your partners.
Yeah, that's exactly
partners.
right.
Okay, next one is trust. Your actions, again, and your words have to align. You provide your partner reassurance through your behavior. You are transparent in your communication and actively protect your marriage.
You know, I think that this is probably the most important thing that I have in my marriage, because if we are at a party or if we're at a restaurant and some woman comes up and says something to Tom, I can remember the very first date we went on.
Oh, and you told us this, and a hot woman walked by.
And she was just beautiful, and I looked at Tom because I wanted to see if he was going to follow her with his eyes and do that, and he didn't. I mean, he looked at her and then looked right back at me. I looked at her too. She was beautiful, but it's just, I would never, I mean, he works with women. Women work for him, and I just have never gotten the impression that he has that oogler eye or
I could not
that.
be with somebody who did that.
Me neither.
And it is for me the same. Without this, I can only speak for me. I don't have a relationship. If I could not trust Craig,
no,
I would not be in a relationship.
Well, you'd be miserable. It would be hell.
It was hell when I was in a relationship with somebody I couldn't trust, and I can't do it. I just
Well, you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to be okay.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be okay. And so that I could not agree with that being our bare minimum. That is at the most essential of all qualities.
Yeah, it really is.
In a relationship. Okay, how about you take the next one?
Okay, let's see.
I love this one.
Partnership?
Yeah.
Okay. You operate as a we and not just an I in life. You are considerate and cooperative, knowing that your actions affect another person. You see them as a partner and not a role that they fit into for you. I also really, 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 really like this too, because I love the differences and being able to have a sustained partnership, even though we can be so different. It makes it just more interesting.
Oh, I think it makes it so interesting.
Yeah.
But like when I think about a partnership, when I think about the we, I think about a wingman.
Yeah.
I think about somebody who has my back.
Yeah.
In all scenarios. And then I think about a buddy. I think about somebody that I get to have fun with. Like you and Tom, you and Maureen, and me and Craig, we all really enjoy our partners.
Yeah.
Like we have fun and we giggle. I mean, this weekend we were in Park City with some of our old friends, and I mean, the amount of dad jokes that Craig tells is freaking hilarious. And I laugh at every single one of them like it's the first time I've ever heard a joke. They just make me giggle. And my friends were making fun of me laughing at him. And they're like, "You are his biggest fan." And I was like, "Yeah, I am."
Yeah, that's really great.
Like,
no, I
just
agree.
adore Craig. I adore him. And he's my buddy. And like, he completely enriches my life in so many ways.
Yeah, and just has your back.
Yeah. And I never worry about the we. And,
yeah, me neither.
And if he gets a little off path, it's never unkind. It's never out of malice. He might get distracted. He might be working too much. He might, but it's never out of he's always got the we. His intention is to always have the we.
Yeah.
And that's something special.
Yeah, that's really special. It's important. Yeah.
Love the next one. Who wants that one?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Effort. You consistently show them care and love through action. You actively work against complacency. You want them to feel appreciated even as the years pass.
So how do you do this in your marriage, Tom?
Well, these are the kinds of things that sort of are unsung, but like Maureen always comes home to a clean house.
That's effort.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
A lot of
huge.
it's just stuff that like
That's
if it
nothing
wasn't
small.
getting done, I would hear about it, but because it gets done, it's like my way of showing effort.
Yeah.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
And it's important to her.
Yeah.
Well, and I think too, I think that there are a lot of time I will want to do things, and that might not be Tom's priority at all, but he will always consider it. Whether it's, I can come up with some really incredible things. Like when we're going to Fiji in August to visit my children and grandchildren from Australia. And, I mentioned that to him, and he was like, I don't know. It's going to be hard. It's going to be, it's a long time for me to be away from my business and blah, blah, blah.
far.
It's so freaking far. But then he's like, no, you know what? Let's do it. And he made the reservations and
Made the effort.
made the effort. Yeah.
And that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it really does.
And you would have been fine if he didn't go?
Yeah, I was going to go.
Yeah.
Because I
know
was
you
going to
would've.
go to Australia again, and then I said, well, they're going to be in Fiji, so I'm going to go. And I said, do you want to go? And he said, yeah, I do. And then he made the reservation and made the hotel the airplane reservation. I mean, he put the effort into it, and it was my thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It was my kids and my grandkids.
It's really, really, that means when Craig makes an effort to come to Carter's football games in Virginia, that means the world to me.
And to Carter.
Oh, of course. It
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
I mean, he's,
Yeah.
making expense, taking time off work, making all the reservations. I mean, that is effort, and it means the world.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, last but not least, repair. This is an important one. You take responsibility for your part in conflicts.
I'm never to blame. If I ever am, I will do this.
But so far, so good.
far. Just kidding.
You seek mutual understanding, not being right, and you protect each other's peace. That's it.
That's
an
interesting, isn't it?
Wow. I've never looked at it like I should be a protector of Craig's peace.
Yeah,
That's really good.
that's really good.
Wow. That's
You
challenging.
know, too, and you think about like you, Tom, and my Tom, and Craig, and Tom Gant sits at that computer all day long because the company he runs is out of San Francisco, and there are people everywhere, and he's on that computer all day long. And
Time changes.
and time changes and everything, and it's so important to me that he has peace in that. It's his choice, it's what he's doing, but like I'll get Buddy out of there, or I'll make sure that I'm like, are you cold, or can I bring you, something, and just to make his world peaceful. And it's not a peaceful world. It's a chaotic world in his business.
that is so thoughtful, Janice.
But I do want him to have peace.
That's so thoughtful. I bet he really appreciates that.
Well, I hope.
It's really sweet. I love that. I think that maybe we should look at that as to our family too.
Yeah.
We should be striving to be a peace protector.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that too.
Man, I really do. I've never heard it described like that, but
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. I love how this ends. We should set high standards for ourselves as partners. This is not too much to ask for, and it should be the standard. We are on a mission to create more fulfilling, healthy, connected, intimate, and resilient marriages. This requires all of us to evolve and become the best versions of ourselves.
That's so good.
Amen to that.
Amen, sister and brother.
So do you feel like you nail all of these in your marriage, Janice?
Oh, I mean, I think I could probably.
You nail integrity, you nail respect, you nail trust.
Yeah. I think
Partnership, effort, repair.
I think the partnership effort is a little bit, that's probably a little harder for me because of Tom's job and everything he's doing. If I wait for him to get to where I am in a certain way, because I've cut back on my practice, so I have
Even though I keep sending you people.
but I have the freedom, to not, and so.
Write your own schedule.
So I have to be aware of that.
What about you, Tom?
I definitely meet the bare minimum requirements for this good relationship.
On all efforts,
I feel like
integrity,
I do all of these.
respect,
in some
trust,
way,
partnership,
in some way, yes.
effort, and repair.
Yes.
That's good.
Because you make jokes
Yes,
to
I was
repair
about to
things.
say we talked about my repair techniques last week or 2 weeks
Your
ago.
jokes.
Sarcasm. It's the marriage repair.
The marriage
kit.
repair. If I had to work on one the most, I would say that my biggest work in this is probably repair. I can pout.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I hate it about me.
Call me.
Call me.
I'll tell you to straighten up.
I mean, I take too long. I take too long to come back. Craig's fantastic. I'm really good at saying I'm sorry, but I take a little longer than I'd like to get over things.
So do you feel like your wound, is it a wound that you're like you get your feelings hurt?
Yeah, like if I get my feelings hurt and then I'm like, and so then I just back off a little bit. I just take a little longer. And if he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm like, okay. But then I'm probably going to be quiet for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't need to do that.
No.
But I do.
Yeah. That's okay.
So, I can't be perfect at everything,
No,
people.
you can't. But you're, as my grandmother used to say, you're pert near there.
Yeah, I'm pert near there for sure, for sure. Well, I hope these help. We hope these help you all. Thank you again, Maren Crosby, for being our sponsor. And I think these are just...
I do too. Great.
Fantastic, bare minimum essentials, non-negotiables, things that we should absolutely expect in our relationships.
Yeah.
Go get them, peeps.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
Have a great week. Thanks for listening.